Hey y'all, you or anybody you know is as fed up with these darn gophers as I am. I want to share with you the easiest system that I found to catch them here on our farm. And the first thing you need is a gopher hawk trap. And here it is right here. I don't know if you've seen them before. There's lots of videos about them out there online. And the way this thing works is once you find the run and you get it in there, you set it like this. You pull up on this here. You don't want to push down like I just did. And then these little wires right here is what gets him. If you look, there's a little trigger mechanism right there in the middle right there. So when he goes around, snooping around, sticks his nose in there, boom, shame on him. So what you do to get started with this is you want to establish where the run is. These traps come with this little, man, I don't even know what they call this, to be honest with you. But it's got a little rod in there that you probe around to find the run. So you'll stick it down in there. Let me see here. Right, oh, I hit one on the first try. That's very odd. But you probe it around, poke it around until you find it. And like I say, I got lucky, and there's another part of it right there. And then what you do is you stick this together, and then you'll push down, stick this tip in the hole that this made, and you'll stick this down in there, and you'll prise around and get it to where it goes to the bottom of it, so that you can then stick your trap down in it. Now, if you hadn't experienced this thing already, I'm telling you what, depending on what kind of soil you have, it can be difficult to get that thing down in there.
You got it.
Well, I've came up with a solution for that. And this auger right here. This thing here is, I think it's 16.5 inches long. And this auger, the width of that right there is like 1.6 inches, so a little over 1.5 inches. And once you find that run, you can just drill it out real quick. It don't really matter what type of soil you have. So I'm gonna go ahead and find one, and we'll stick this in there and get it started and see how long it takes us to catch one. Like I say, I think I found my hole right over here. My little run right there. So what we'll do, we'll stick this in here. Let me get this camera for you. Oh, that's the wrong one. See, it makes a good hole. You'll stick this down in here like this to the bottom of it. And that one's actually pretty shallow. I don't do very well on those. That's why I got two of them. I use two, that way I can move it around in the same areas where they're digging, and one of them's going to get it. Once you set it in the hole right there, you're going to hold your palm of your hand on top of it. This even tells you right here. See, it says don't push down. Stick it in there. You're going to pull up, and then that gets it set. Realistically, you want this thing to be, you really want this thing to be kind of secure. So I'll take the dirt from around where they're digging and pile it up on there, and that'll actually keep it secure from wobbling, but it'll also eliminate any light that might come in there, because if there's light, they're going to start pushing dirt to try to fill the hole in. So let me see if I can't find another run to stick it in. Now that didn't take long. We got two traps in it in a matter of 5 minutes. And we're gonna do some other work real quick, see how long it takes them to get them. I've actually set them before, two of them in the yard, and within 5 minutes catch 2 gophers. But you never know where they're at. They could be, who knows, they could be way over yonder somewhere today. But now I've got some blueberry plants I need to sell. I need to get dug up, so I'm going to get after that, and we'll come back and check them traps here in a little while. I'll put a link for these traps down in the description of the video down below. That way you won't have to search around for them. And also that little auger. That little auger, I tell you what, that thing, it makes this a whole lot easier than trying to push that thing that they sent with it. I don't know what they call that thing, but probe or whatever the heck it is. But it's a whole lot easier to use that auger, and I'll stick a link to that in the description too. Hey, you never know, might make a good Christmas present to somebody. Well, this is big plants that we're selling. These are rabbit eye variety. They're powder blue is what they're called. And they're good plants. And I've got several of them down through here. I got 5 rows that I'm going to sell of these things. And that's because I have some skips down through there where plants have died throughout the years. And it's easier for me to go ahead and plant a brand new row than it is to fill in those skips, because I've let too many get in there. If it was just 3 or 4 plants, I might try it and go ahead and put some in there, but on all the rows together, heck, I've probably lost 100 or so. But I got to get this water line out of here. I forgot about that, and I'm digging it up. There's 2 of them in here. One from when I initially started, and which is this one. And I'll give you a little brief history on why there's 2 of them in there. Okay, let's see here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's an emitter right there. This particular line has an emitter every 24 inches. And yeah, every 24 inches. And it was great. It worked fast. I put it down I mean, it was quick to put in. It was doing great for several years. Well, the more bark and stuff I added, and the more that the plants grew, and the more that erosion from the water, you know, coming down the hill covered up the line, I started having bad problems with gophers. And hence, that's the gopher traps we said a little while ago. They just, man, they get in there and they're gnawing around and they're clawing around and digging, and they dig holes in the line and scratch holes in it and eat holes in it, I guess, just to have fun or sharpen their teeth or something, I don't know. But anyway, I'd get a leak somewhere down the road, you know, down through there somewhere I might get a leak. And heck, I wouldn't know about it for a week. So all the water would be going out the gopher holes. Heck, we live on a hillside. They'd be going down there and water come up down yonder somewhere through the gopher holes. So it would end up being that I'd have plants dying down through here because they weren't getting watered in July and August, September, when it's 110 degrees down here. So anyway, I had to redo it all. And I put this, you can't see it, it's all covered up in weeds, but I put this line here down through there, and I put another emitter in there like that right there, and that's a 1 gallon per hour emitter, and I put them down through there where I can see what's going on. I may not can see if it's dripping every day because there's grass and stuff gets over it, but if I got a leak, I'll know, because, you know, be a big old wet spot, a lot of water coming out, you'd hear it, it shoots up in the air high, you know, all that kind of good stuff. So anyway, that's a little story on why we did it twice, and I did all this second one by myself. It wasn't fun, I can assure you, putting all those little drippers in. I made me a little tool out of a screwdriver to poke a hole in there to be able to get those emitters in, and a little, I cut a piece of PVC to stick on the back side of it so that I could get a hold of it and push it in there, because they give you a little tool. No, that thing don't work good. But we got another guy coming to get some plants, so I say we, I'm the only one out here, me and you, I guess that's we. So I'm gonna get it done and get these sold and get them moved out, and we'll go check on the gophers here in a little bit. Well, y'all, got all the plants sold, got them all loaded up and sold, and now comes the fun part. This is the great thing about these traps. Can you see that yellow sticking up on that trap right there? That right there? That lets you know that the traps went off, which is great. I mean, it actually has a lot of excitement, enjoyment, I guess you'd say. Gopher catching, because you don't have to be right up here close, and it's not like other traps that you got to dig up to see if there's a gopher on there or not. You know, you just walk up and you see the yellow, and then you know it's went off. Now, I will tell you that they don't always catch them. You know, sometimes it'll go off and you don't get anything, but if I had to say, I bet it's a 98% catch rate, because it's pretty darn good. So let's see what we got. Oh yeah, he's got him. He's got him. Look at there. That right there. Ooh, let's turn around here. One down. I don't know how many more millions to go, but with these traps, we're gonna have fun getting them.